Well, anyway, if you're in Tokyo, Paris, or Walt Disney World, currently they're in Disneyland, but they're coming to you.
Oh.
They're coming to invade your space.
Somebody's losing their job when these robots show up. I promise you that.
They're going to have to put those droids behind a fence or something. Because guests are going to be trying to scoop those little things up and take them home.
Yeah, take them home.
I was say, they're itty bitty, man. I could shove one in my backpack.
I've got my souvenir.
Okay. Come serve me something there, Herbie.
Learn how to mix drinks, droid.
Hey, that's worth it.
My Bar DX droid. There you go.
That's worth it.
And the way you tell the droids apart, it's like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They all give them different colors.
It's adorable, yeah.
Yeah, it really is. One had orange, one had blue, one had red. It was cute.
Yeah, it was cute. But that's what they led with. And Leslie and the droids went off. So that was that. And so all you had left was Asa and Jon Favreau. And so the next thing they talked about was that they were updating Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, which you knew about.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
With some Mandalorian and Grogu scenes. And they did announce that they're planning to debut those scenes on Memorial Day 2026, the same day as the Star Wars The Mandalorian and Grogu film comes out.
See, they finally get the synergy part. I mean, it's still, it's a risk, but take the attraction. There's a movie, hopefully both get popular and this soars.
Well, except for the fact that I think the public
is kind of
demand for The Mandalorian is kind of calmed down quite a bit.
I was hoping it wasn't just me, because once the Luke one happened, I hadn't seen. Yeah, like y'all told me Lizzo was in like the next season. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah, she was. Yeah. I'm surprised it's going to be this long. Yeah. I thought that was going to happen sooner.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's been like 7 years and we've been getting the exact same boring adventure. Coaxium, yay.
Yeah. You're not even
You're getting one or two.
But it does, we've talked about this on previous shows too, where like a bunch of different attractions will end up going away. But they were like, well, what's wrong with updating it?
Well, and you would think that this would be something relatively simple to update.
Yeah, it should. In theory, it should be, but I'm not sure how it works with flying through planes. I mean, the thought is awesome, but if I'm not hyperspacing in these places, then, it ain't getting my extra money.
Hyperspace?
I'm sure you'll hyperspace.
There's got to be hyperspace.
You have, but they should make it longer, because that's a very short attraction.
Oh, you got to turn over people, though.
Well, here's my question on this. Are they going to be completely redoing this attraction then? Because it completely changes the timeline. This was a question I kind of wanted to pose to y'all when that whole Luke and that young Luke appeared in Disneyland's Galaxy's Edge announcement came out. Yeah,
meet and greet.
And I'm like, okay, but how does he fit in this timeline? He should be at least old Luke. Maybe Luke hasn't died yet because Kylo Ren's still around, so he should be old Luke.
That's fair.
But they're bringing in young Luke. So
yeah, I think they did say that they were abandoning the timeline.
Yeah. Now, I
think they should, yeah.
It's nice how that works.
But I don't see them changing Rise of the Resistance anytime soon. So you're going to have these two different attractions in the exact same land. There's really only two attractions taking place in two completely different timelines with absolutely no explanation.
You're right. There's no continuity between the two.
My question is whether or not because like, again, I can't imagine they're changing Rise of the Resistance. My question is, will they be replacing Hondo in Smuggler's Run? Because would it make sense then that, okay, so it's a Millennium Falcon, why not change him with an AA Han Solo?
Han Solo, yeah. He's the other smuggler.
Exactly.
Nerf herder.
Yeah, I think that would be really, really cool.
We can see a Nerf.
At least it would be someone familiar with, and then like, you can.
Sure.
Yeah, I would
love that.
Right. Because I mean, if during this timeline Han's alive, then what is Chewie doing working with Hondo, giving tours in the Falcon?
Yeah.
Like it makes no sense.
Oh, do you give Lando that same thing? Do you have them both? Because that's a still time continuity thing. I mean, I'm not the over Star Wars continuity guy, but that's the only other.
I can see that Lando, and then like Han comes in on the video screen. Yeah, man. Like what's his name comes in now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are two people I know to fly that thing, but still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, Mandalorian is in between the two trilogies, so I guess it's not that far off. But it is still pretty far off.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, when you saw young Luke in The Mandalorian, you popped. Like, as soon as you saw
young
awesome. Luke, like, whoa, that's Return of the Jedi Luke.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think it's arguable Kylo Ren probably isn't even born yet.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
they haven't got married yet, yeah.
If there's a way to take that gunner position out and make it a baby Grogu position where you can hit the button and things lift on the screen.
That's something else. Yeah.
I know he's going to be there.
Yeah.
Like, they are going to have him in there.
So reimagine that navigator seat. That would be a good
That's
idea.
what I meant. That's better than the gunner. Yeah.
I can see that.
It couldn't be that long after Return of the Jedi, because if you remember, they said they were going to go to Tatooine, Cloud City, and you were going to see the wreckage of the Death Star floating
The
around.
second Death Star, yeah.
Second Death Star
Yeah.
from Return of the Jedi floating around the moons of Endor. Before, when you see it in Rise of Skywalker, it's already crashed into the ocean. So it couldn't have been too far if the wreckage is still in space.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, they showed some of the scenes for that and during the presentation and stuff, so they're kind of neat.
Yeah, I mean, they talk about storytelling here. I'd like to know if they're even going to try to address the timeline differences, because my guess is no.
I'm guessing no as well.
That's a pretty good guess.
And speaking of storytelling, my question is: Are y'all looking forward to the movie itself?
No.
Grogu and
Mandalorian Grogu?
If I had seen the fourth season,
I'll go see it.
Is Elizabeth going to be in the movie? Because no.
Oh, I don't know if Liz is going to be.
I don't even remember her in the last season. I don't really remember the last season, to be honest with you. I thought they ended on the perfect note.
I agree.
With Luke Skywalker. Yeah. I thought it was pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the title of the movie is Star Wars: The Mandalorian Grogu.
I think once they named the baby, that was it.
I think so too.
I think that's when he jumped the shark or ate the frog or whatever you want to put it.
All of it.
Yeah. I mean,
I think
I'll see it in theaters.
You could see it in
sure.
theaters?
Yeah, I think I'll go see it in theaters.
I might.
Yeah, I might. I
mean,
consider it.
But yeah, it's not like I'm chomping at the bit.
Yeah. I'm not chomping at the bit.
I know you guys, you don't feel the same way about it, but I'm not excited for Mandalorian the movie as much as I am excited for Andor.
I don't know Andor.
Yeah, you speak very highly. I haven't had a chance.
Yeah.
I started watching, but it's kind of like Lord of the Rings, where I haven't made it through yet, and not because it's bad. It's just, I don't know. It hasn't caught me yet.
Yeah, you have to invest. It is an investment. I wasn't really hooked until like halfway through the season.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's always in the back of my head. It's like, I know Rachel talks about this, and it's like, I should give it a shot.
But there's a lot of material.
There is a lot of material.
There is a lot of material. Yeah. Speaking of material, look, for those that like to play the home game, so to speak, they mentioned that they are working with Epic Games to develop an online universe which could connect gameplay from Smuggler's Run into a home video game.
Yeah. Heard it all before.
Further synergizing everything else.
They should not be hiring nobody that got the name Epic if I was there.
I heard before when Galaxy's Edge was opening that, what you do there is going to affect every decision you make throughout the land, and people will remember this and nothing. So I'll believe it when I see it.
That was the Jedi mind trick.
It's like Robin Williams who turned into Pinocchio. Whoop!
Yep. That what happens when you sit down Smuggler's Run. If you sit down with a family that has no idea what they're doing, their kids piloting the ship, and you crash and burn, and now you're screwed in the game.
No coaxium.
You got no story.
coaxium.
Yes, that's right.
That's true.
So that was it for the Star Wars part.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
That